Ashton, good to see you.
You too.
Good to have you on board. What makes this softball team the top team at Northern Guilford High School? We've got some good sports teams there.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of heart. We love each other. We play as a team. And whenever one of us gets down, we're always there for each other. So
it sounds like as talking with Ann, there's not much drama on this team. There's a lot of unity, not much drama at all.
No, and there really, especially last year, like there was no drama at all, and I think that was a big part of our success last year.
There was some good love there last year too, because with what Coach Durham went through at the end of the season, I think that might have helped. And it was a very tough situation, but it helped that team to bond together somewhat. Yeah,
I mean, we're definitely always there for each other, and even if we do have a problem, it's very little, and it's something that we get over in like 1 second. We all talk it out, and because we're all a big family, we just get over stuff like that.
Do you think this group will stay together as a family somewhat whenever you graduate, move on? Sometimes you stay connected, stay together?
No, yeah, definitely, because most of us have played together forever, like since we were like 12 or even younger. So we've always been a part of each other's lives. I don't think that's going to end.
And connected with some of the other girls at other schools in the county too. Some of the girls maybe at Northwest and other schools played youth baseball or youth softball with them.
Yeah, especially Northwest. We've all played with them, and Eastern Alamance too, because that's our major rival. But I know me and Michaela and C. Ray or Caitlin Ray and Hunter, we've all played them. We played with them, and so yeah, we just know everybody pretty much.
It's been a good trip, a good journey then.
Yeah.
Talk about the two different pitching styles. Are the styles any different between you and Ann? Ann's kind of tall and lean. You're a little bit smaller, but again stronger maybe in many ways. What's the difference maybe?
We're completely different pitchers.
Tell us about that.
And it's kind of funny how it works out like that, because I was used to being the only pitcher, and her coming in being the complete opposite of me has worked so well. Like I mean, I do have a little bit more speed on her than her, but I have more side-to-side movement, but she has her up and down movement, and her changeup is just like spot on, and it just works together, switching us out in the middle of games.
It probably gave you a whole different edge facing the opposition, because they knew you every game, but seeing two different pitchers, big boost.
Yeah. It throws people off, and it works together very well.
We're asking Ann about this, ask the other players too. Do you feel like you girls have a lot of unfinished business to take care of it? Not a whole lot. You got all the way to the championship series, but a little bit of unfinished business. You go back and get that title this year.
Oh yeah, at the beginning of the season, I called this the season of redemption, because I definitely think we could have won last year, but I don't know what happened last year, but we definitely have some things left to prove.
Do you think it was the fact that you were there maybe for the first time in that championship setting?
Yeah, that might have been part of it, because I know Inca, they were there, I think 2 years before too. Like they lost it twice in a row, and then that was their third time there, and they won it, so they probably were used to the atmosphere, and we're all just like, whoa, this is crazy, getting used to this. And yeah.
Who did you lose from last? I should have asked the coach this. Let me ask you, because you know the girls well too. Who did you lose off last year's team?
We lost our catcher, Katie Bilbrey, and we lost our center fielder, Morgan Pickler. And Katie's one of the best catchers I knew. I'm actually going to play with her in college next year too.
And where would that be at?
Salem College.
Gotcha.
Yes.
In Virginia or in Winston-Salem? Gotcha.
Yes, and Morgan, she was such a good ball player too. I mean, we could not replace them, but we had people to be in those positions too. But
ones that have taken over, you take over that spot, can never really replace that player, but gradually you can pick it up and keep going, because 19-3 is not shabby. That record there, not shabby at all.
Yeah, I mean, it has been hard, especially the catching situation.
I asked somebody about that the very first game against Northwest. Was it any different the very first game of the year with a new catcher back there? Did it affect the game much at all, that game?
Honestly, yeah, I think the catchers we have now, they have caught before, but that wasn't their main position. So, and they've done very well now. Like they were just getting into it, and it was a lot different from Katie, because we've been working, especially I've been working with Katie since my freshman year. So I just was used to her. So getting used to the other catchers were probably a little bit difficult for me and Ann and the catcher. So.
What about your position? What do you do to get mentally prepared for a game before that game? Some pitchers, sometimes they just want to be left alone, off by themselves, and don't even talk to me. Let me get down to the bullpen, throw the catcher if they're warming up before the game, whatever. What about yourself?
I just have to make sure I'm focused and my warm-up is good, because if I just go in joking around down and I'm joking with my warm-up, I know I'm not going to be the way I should be in a game.
So you want to get it warmed up well, so you carry it from the warm-ups directly to the game. You don't have to do any corrections. Game time comes. It's got to be ready, got to be perfect then.
Because I know sometimes, like, say if my curveball's not breaking as much as I want it to, in a warm-up, I can make sure, I can figure out what I'm doing wrong and make it right. But in a game, sometimes I start getting panicky about it if I start doing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? But yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever thrown a perfect game or a no-hitter?
Yes.
It seems like it could happen in softball.
Yeah, I have. I actually threw, I think 3 last year.
No-hitters last year? Wow. How about the perfect game? Has that ever come?
I think I threw 1 perfect game last year, but I'm not sure by who.
It's a good experience. Bound to be. I mean, I would rather, here's me, I would rather throw a perfect game against a talented team than a weak. If I throw a perfect game, sometimes a weaker team,
Yeah,
and
it's just
no disrespect to a weaker team, but I don't know, it's just not the same feeling.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Over the past couple of weeks, what have you begun to do, and what do you have to do to be the team that wins the state champ? What do you do to get ready to win that title again this year, to go for that title again and try to win it?
I mean, I feel like we all have to get ourselves mentally prepared because some of us, the people that we brought up to fill those positions, I don't think they realize what we all went through last year. So we're having to make them realize what we're all trying to get at and our goals and our practices, what we need to work on. Like if something goes wrong in games, we have to work on that to get to where we want to be. Like we try to take one game at a time before looking.
Yeah, the old saying, pitch by pitch and game.
Yeah, because our toughest rivals is Eastern Alamance, and we need to get past them before we think about the playoffs and state championship and all that.
And the JV players, you've called some JVs up too. I guess they have to realize the setting they're in. This is a business atmosphere. It's got to be all business now.
Yeah, I mean, the JV players we brought up, they're definitely really good. And I know one girl, Taylor Orman, she is a lefty hitter and she is really good. And we put her in those tough games like Eastern Alamance, and she pulls through most of the time whenever we need her.
It's good to get that left-handed hitter too. I'm sure a little bit of difference.
Very good.
The girls on your team, you think about who's the girl on your team if you're pitching and she would be on the other team, somebody from your team you would not want to face? Who would be that tough hitter from your team? I don't want to face that girl in a game. It would be extremely tough.
Because, oh my gosh.
Because you probably faced them in practice already. You probably know a little bit about that, yeah?
Like on my team?
Yeah, from your Northern Guilford girls team.
I would say, and pitching-wise? Like, are you meaning me pitching to them or me hitting?
We can go both ways, yeah.
Okay.
As far as hitting, you want to face Ann, but as far as pitching, who's that batter you want to face from your team?
From my team, oh my gosh. I would have to say Michaela Barracks. She's very aggressive up at the plate.
So you know when she comes up, she means business. She's ready to go.
And she's a very strong little girl. So.
Other than, think about this, top teams in Guilford County softball, who are the top teams in our county, you think? Top 4 teams. We'll just go 4.
In Guilford County?
Yeah.
I would say Northwest. Would we include ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay, us, Northwest. Southeast is pretty good. And
It gets a little tough after that. It gets a little tougher.
I'm trying to think. I really don't know.
Page, Western Guilford, maybe? Hard to say, maybe?
Both the schools definitely have good players, but I don't think they're all together as a team.
So you think probably you would maybe gear out of the county, maybe go Eastern Alamance, and Moorhead would be more likely.
Moorhead's pretty good.
How about the top fields in Guilford County, the top fields you played on?
Fields. We have a pretty nice field.
Excellent, right?
Eastern Alamance has a pretty nice field.
Yeah, that's cool, okay. How about other Guilford County spots?
Southeast has a pretty good looking field. That's all that comes to my mind.
What about Northwest?
Northwest? I actually can't remember that much. I think it because we didn't really play them. We didn't play them last year. So
Where did you play on the? You talked about the girls, some different schools, the Northwest girls. Your travel teams. Where do you girls play your games at there? Those are all on the road out of town, probably, right?
Yeah. We mix it up sometimes. Like.
Where do you practice at around here? Where's your home base?
For my newer team that I've been on, we practice up in Chatham County.
Wow, so you're out of town a lot then.
Yeah.
You don't have like a home base.
Yeah, it's because all of our girls are kind of all around North Carolina.
Spread out everywhere.
So, yeah.
It's like the North Carolina All-Stars then, I guess.
Yeah, like my old team, we used to half of us from Northern, half of us from Eastern Alamance. So that's why we are such rivals, because we played against each other and with each other all the time.
What about, what do you feel like is the thing that keeps this team together? What's the team bond that keeps this team tied together so tight?
I feel like we all have similar personalities, so we're easy to get along with, and we joke around whenever we need to, because, I mean, I don't think it's good for a team to always be uptight and stressed out about stuff. You also have to let loose and, like, joke around with each other and stuff like that.
What would you say as far as with the coaching staff, Coach Russell Durrell and the assistant coaches, what have they done to make sure this team is prepared and in the best chance situation to win these softball games?
They definitely keep us in check. They let us know what we're doing wrong, and they always have something new for us to do and to figure out, to help us work on our weaknesses and get us ready for the goal that we want to meet.
How bad do you want to play that Northwest game tomorrow?
Oh
Pretty
my
bad?
gosh, really bad. And I think they're playing right now.
They are, so they're
Yes.
playing. That's good news, right?
I just texted one of my friends that
Good.
plays over there.
I mean, I may sound like a kid myself, but I saw the first game. It's like anything in sport. You see the first game, you want to see the next game, see how much those teams improve, see how tight it is again, because
Yeah.
I like a tight game.
my
6-4, 9 innings, but if they're playing, you're playing tomorrow then.
Yes.
And I think Coach Russ said 6 p.m. also. I think
Yes, it's at 6 p.m. We can definitely win that game. We should have won it last time, in my opinion. I mean, it was a tough, long game.
It was. It was so brutally cold.
It could have went either way. So.
And I think talking to Ann, she said not to be determined, but we don't know who's starting yet, do we?
Well, yeah, we don't know who's starting. So.
What time? I mean, I'm still very inquisitive. What time of the day do you find out who the starting pitcher will be? Maybe later?
Sometimes we find out. Our coaches like to think about it for a minute.
I got you.
And so sometimes they tell us the day before. Sometimes it's right before the game starts.
Maybe to get off the bus?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still thinking about it. How does that affect you as a pitcher? You don't know if you're going to start until right before game time.
Yeah, honestly, I would prefer to know before, like a
Yeah.
day before. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna respect their choice.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, because they know what they're doing. 19-3 last year, 2 losses. That all speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the conversation.
Thank
Hope to
you.
see you tomorrow, and I
Yeah.
hope you get. I think you'll pitch. So both pitchers, you and Ann, both worked last game.
Yeah.
You hope you're working a different little tandem. Maybe this time the results might be different for your sake, but I hope to see a great game.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.